Lots of dogs get occasional bowel problems, and even some raw-fed dogs may occasionally get a little bit loose. And if the dog has loose stools periodically and they clear up quickly, then that's absolutely fine. If you're feeding kibble and that's the case, then it's probably the dog is getting hold of something in the woods or in the park, and that's why. But frankly, if you're feeding kibble, I would feed raw food, because I find that the gut of the raw-fed dog is much more robust than the dog who's fed a kind of sterilized kibble food. So if your raw or kibble-fed dog is having recurrent loose stools, then definitely worth thinking about changing the raw food or switching from kibble to raw, because that can address this chronic issue. If the dog is producing loose stool and it's changed in quality somewhere, if maybe there's blood in it over a long period, or the color has changed over a long period, or the smell has changed over a long period, it may be that there's some degree of infection there, or some sort of infection. And so I would suggest seeing a vet who is sympathetic to raw food is a good idea. But generally speaking, I think that raw-fed dogs have much better stool scores. I have a stool score system in my practice that goes from 0, which is like soup, to 10, which is a perfect torpedo. And I think that most raw-fed dogs are up in the 8, 9, 10s. And my experience with kibble-fed dogs is they're usually kind of 6, 7, 8s. It's not an absolute black and white differentiation between the two things, but I think that the average raw-fed dog has much better poos. People come to me daily saying, since I've been feeding raw food, the dog's poos have got much better. They're much easier to pick up, and therefore I think that it's a really good idea. Obviously, giving foods that a dog has evolved to eat over hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, it's obviously going to have a better effect on the gut, giving much more healthy gut than feeding a synthetic, ultra processed, kibbled diet.